The Jacksonville Jags win in blowout fashion, and it's even better than it appeared. If you're new to the channel, we make videos for teams that get ignored by the national media. Jaguars being one of those teams. All year they've been ignored, all offseason, and we've been all over it. We are Detroit Lions fans, so we know all about being disrespected and overlooked, usually rightfully so, but not in the Jaguars' case. They are a good team that has a good quarterback, good coach, good weapons, and they're staying strong in the AFC. And this game was interesting because how would they respond? Coming off the 49ers game where they just get killed. And the Lions were there earlier this season when they got killed by the Ravens. It just kind of happens once in a while where it's just like you're off, the other team's on fire, and you get blown out. That's going to happen. But what about the following week? And so to see the Jags come out and beat a team that they should beat, but it's the NFL. You never know. Saw that this week with the Lions, or today with the Lions, where the Bears only should beat the Bears. The Bears had the Lions beat, but the Lions come back and win that game, and it's huge. And that's what good teams do. But in this case, for the Jags, they just destroy the Titans, and it's awesome. Here's why it's so great, and we'll get more into the Titans game specifically in just a second, but it sets up next week where you've got the Texans. Shout out to the Texans. We've been on the Texans as well. They get ignored. They're in the AFC. Everyone's looking at the Chiefs and the Bengals and the Ravens. And no, Jaguars, Texans. That's where it's at next week. You've got this AFC South, which just gets completely overlooked. Colts 5-5 even. I mean, aside from the Titans, this is a good division that you have to play Texans twice, Colts twice, Titans twice. So the Jags are doing it. But it sets up a game where the winner of this game really puts themselves in the driver's seat in the division, especially the Jags. So everyone makes a big deal about the Texans in this head-to-head matchup because if they win, boom, you really pick up two. Well, what if the Jags win? Then they go to 8-3, right? And then the Texans go 6-5 and really wide open in this division and own the tiebreaker. They would really win the division, basically, if they can get the win next week. So you set that up. Next, the Bengals, which look like a scary game on the schedule. Quarterback gone. Browns, tough defense, good team. Quarterback gone. So then you get to the Ravens game and then Bucks, Panthers, Titans, 3 easy games to close out the season. So it really comes down to this 4-game season right here. If you can beat the Texans, then you've got winnable, and then a tough game against the Ravens, and then 3 winnable games. So this, if nothing else, you got the victory you had to get here. This was just a little sneaky game before this game because we know about the 49er game. We know about the Texans game, but what about this Titans game? It's just like kind of an annoying game, if anything, and you go and dominate, and that's what good teams do, and I love seeing that. So it sets up this Texans matchup, which is perfect. You're in great position just where you want to be as a Jaguars fan. Now, let's take a look here at some of the other stats and some of the things from this game specifically. Key stat, interesting, Trevor Lawrence eclipsed 10,000 career passing yards. He's the 3rd youngest player to do that behind Drew Bledsoe and Jameis Winston, which is really interesting. Couple of odd names, Jameis Winston is especially, but then Drew Bledsoe was a star there for a long time before Tom Brady took his spot. So here's the question that going forward. Who will start at left guard, Little or Cleveland, as they rotated snaps today, and the offense seemed to perform a little bit better with Cleveland in the game? Next week presents a borderline must-win game at Houston. I don't think it's a must-win. I think it's just a very important game, and you want to stay ahead of the Houston Texans, who are surging. The Jaguars might be unstoppable if they consistently succeed on interior rushes, though it was nice to see Jacksonville's play-action attack revitalized this afternoon. Trevor Lawrence, and here's the bottom line that you saw today, if you're a Jags fan, and why this is such a good victory and why it's even better than it looks is because you've got a quarterback. You look around the league, a healthy quarterback at that, too. Look around the leagues, especially in the AFC, you have to have a quarterback. The AFC is quarterback heavy, special quarterbacks. The NFC, Eagles, Lions, 49ers, is team, it's toughness. It's just kind of more traditional football, and it's going to sound weird, but you know what I'm saying? Like just kind of a traditional football. The good teams are good football teams. Where in the AFC, it's about quarterback play. And if you're a Jags fan, you have one of those quarterbacks. And so you saw it with Trevor Lawrence today, running it, throwing it. He's athletic. He's mobile. He's accurate. He's strong. He's smart. He's becoming a better quarterback as he gets older, right? And anything that we do in life, you get better as you do it more. So you've got the quarterback, you've got the coach, you're right in the thick of it in the AFC, exactly where you wanted to be. After a slow start this season, everything's looking good for the Jags. And we'll break down more of the Houston Texans and the Jaguars. Those are the two teams that we love on this channel. So coincidentally, because they just get completely overlooked by the national media. Nobody talks about them. So we talk about them. We love it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, we cover teams that don't get the love nationally like they should. Jags being one of those teams. Lions used to be one of those teams, but now they do get the love because everyone likes them. I don't know why. Because they've been so bad for so long and just kind of weird for so long. So in Dan Campbell's lovable, I get it. But these two teams, can't wait to dissect this as we go on to the next week. But in the meantime, you enjoy this victory. Never take a victory for granted, the National Football League. And we will see all of you on the next one.